Here we go.
Right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of the challenge. So, we have spoken about your why, your vision, the what ifs, your speed bumps, and today we are coming to the path. So, actually creating and moving forwards, growing with momentum. So, yesterday, what you noticed when you become aware of your speed bumps, when you start looking at your speed bumps, what naturally happens is that's all you see, right? Like you come up, you start showing up, you start posting something, and then as Beata mentioned, it's like all these thoughts creep in, these emotions, like, oh my God, people will think this, that, this and that will happen, and off you go, right? On the train track of your thoughts, right? That are conditioned by what you believe about yourself. And that's all you see then. It's the speed bump, and you start taking care of the speed bump, which is all your actions, all that you do in order to resolve to get that speed bump to go away, right? What we're going to do today is we are actually going to build into the launch pad, like the speed bump turning into a launch pad. And it is by looking at nature, because nature is in continuous growth. Everything grows, like even rocks grow, yeah, or they dissolve by erosion, but there's always a movement, there's always something. If you look at plants, they grow. And the interesting thing is, all things in nature grow in a stable way, in a natural way, and there is a mathematical concept. And that's the Fibonacci sequence. In case you're wondering why there's a Fibonacci in the title of the challenge, now you know why. I'm going to share my screen briefly. So you might have seen this already. This is like a fern growing. And this spiral that is getting larger and larger as it grows, that's a visual. Like if you draw the mathematical function of the Fibonacci sequence, this is what it looks like. And it shows up in all sorts of natural phenomena. When you put it in numbers, this is it, right? The Fibonacci sequence is 0, start from 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and so on. And what it is, if you look at it, it's each number is the sum of the two that precede it. When you look at it here in the imagery, see how the 1 and the 1 together form the 2. They form a basis to then build the 2. When the 2 is created, all of this is the basis of the 3, and so on. And what you notice is that the natural growth part is not linear. It's not 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is what we normally believe, right? That an equal amount of work or of energy that I put into something will lead to, a linear incrementation. It's not true. Nature doesn't create that way. Nature creates exponentially. This is an exponential function. So it starts like this, and then it goes all of a sudden, it explodes, right? This is one nature example, right? A shell and how it is built. When you look at this, one element of it is that it is harmonious. There's an incredible harmony to this, like the perfect harmony, and it is incredibly stable. This structure, Fibonacci structure, has an inherent stability in it, which means coming back to your vision, right? Let's say, for example, you are here in the white square, you're at number 1. Let's say you've just started or you're relatively at the beginning. You might have tuned into your vision, and your vision is this orange square here, or the red one, the 21. When you look at it, thoughts will come up. How am I ever going to do this? Like beliefs, this is impossible. Like me, that I am at the 1, I'm never going to be able to do this. It just feels too detached. However, what is true is, of course you can, but you don't have to go from 1 to 21. From 1, you're going to add the little purple square. You're going to do another one. Your next step in creating towards the 21 is going to be this lavender square here. Then you're going to add on this. Only then the next action step will be the bright blue one. And once that is complete, the next action step will be exponentially bigger, the 8. And can you see how stable it is? That once you've created the 8, you have all of this as a basis, as a launch pad to then do the next step, which is the 13. And see how stably it rests onto this basis. And Beata is going to do a little demo video separately. You're going to drop that in, right? In later. But can you see how you only, when you are here, you don't actually have to do the 21 step. You only have to do the next right step in the sequence of where you are right now. So it's important to know where you are and take the next natural step. Not the huge one, not the too small one. If you're at 5 and you add another 1, it's not going to do much for you, right? It's not going to move the needle. So that's where the momentum comes in. And the momentum is also that when you are at number 5, the number 8 will come naturally. It will be a little bit challenging, but it won't be overwhelming, too big, because it's the right step to take. So with that, your challenge for today is to see where in the sequence are you at. This is the sequence taken 19 steps, actually. And what you see here, the image before stopped at 21. Fibonacci 9 is 34, then 55, then 89, and then it goes, this is 145, so the last number, imagine it's up here, 233, and so on. But after 19 steps, see, you're already at 4,181. It gets huge. That's the power of momentum. That's because it's the natural way. It's the natural, stable way to create. So right now, stop the recording, look at the screen, and just first number that comes, where are you at? Where are you at? Beata, where are you at?
I got 55.
Yeah, so have I. 55. Interesting. Yeah, cool. Right, so take note of the number, regardless which one it is. It doesn't matter. There's no story attached to the number. It's just a number. It gives you, where am I? Where am I at? And then, knowing that number, okay, this is just, isn't it beautiful? Fibonacci, nature. Okay, then
Such perfection, right?
Yeah, then where you are at, let's interrupt that. You're going to assume you now know where you're at. It gives you a feel for your level. And here now, you're going to ask from here, what is my next natural step? What is my next natural step to do?
I want to add to that because we've got where we're at now. We've got where we're at now, but also want to go, okay, so if your vision's over here, just to reference that, I find it helpful because otherwise I find that my beliefs kick in and I actually get locked into, I'm here, okay, so my next step is this, and it ends up being like this. But if I expand and go, okay, so I'm on 55 and my vision's 4,181, let's go all the way, right? Then I actually tend to be looking towards the vision when I'm driving my next step, and it feels more expansive for me. So that's just what I do.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it is actually important. Thank you for adding that in, because you know where you are, but you also know where you want to be, right? You have the vision, and that creates this, because there's a difference, right? It's obvious, because if you're already there, we wouldn't be talking here, be doing something else. But it's this, there's a difference, right? And this difference is actually a force field that pulls you forward. That's part of the momentum. Knowing where you are, recognizing your speed bumps, but from where you are, instead of focusing on the speed bump, it's like, no, this is where I'm actually at. This is the speed bumps that I think I should focus on. But actually, if I take in the vision and if I imagine the vision and this force field and it's pulling me forward, what's that actually asking of me? What's the vision asking of me as my next step, as the natural next step? Not what I think I have to do, but what is my natural next step in that momentum formula? And you can just imagine, yeah, in the sequence, exactly. And if you are having difficulty, it's like, yeah, but how do I get to that next step? And I know what I think, but is it the right one? Is it not the right one? You can get playful with it. You can just imagine the vision speaking to you of the business. Just imagine it showing you, speaking to you, and just assume that you have to make an assumption at a certain point. Just assume that that's it. Whatever you're imagining, that's it. And then you take the action step. You just do it, just assuming that that's the right next one.
That's your challenge for day 3, is to take that step. If it's something bigger and you can't take it today or tomorrow, then put it in your calendar at least, okay? Tune into how long is it going to take and actually block off that time in your calendar so that you hold yourself to it, right? And of course, share in the group so that we can hold you to it too. So we can go, hey,
yeah, and cheer you
on the
on.
shoulder.
Yes. Yeah, and cheer you on, right?
Absolutely.
And cheer you on because you're taking the steps, right? You're doing it.
Yeah.
You're actually doing it, and that's the momentum. Yeah.
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 Yeah. We want to see you all expand so that you're all, within the next 6 months, rather than your business being from here to here, it's over here. That's our wish for you. So continue, and lots of love to you. Lots of love to your business.
Bye.
And we'll see you
Bye.
tomorrow.
Bye.